All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode here in the CBL. And if you are following this from episode to episode, you may notice that we are starting this episode in June. We've actually already played through part of the season. I had kind of the early part of the season recorded. Not a lot happened. And kind of just based where we are in the standings, this is kind of where we expect to be. So I'll do a quick, first bit of the season rundown, and then we will jump into the first year player draft where we really got to make some headway because our draft picks have sucked over the last few years. So we need to be focusing on hopefully we can get a couple good guys that we'll hopefully start seeing some action soon because we got to start building through the draft because some of our top players, we can't be just shopping in free agency all the time, and we have contracts running out and all that as well. So we got to be building through the draft as well. We're good now, but we want to continue to be good. So that's where we're at. Okay, so let's start with looking at the standings here as we are in June. So we're about 55 games into this season. And as you would expect, it is pretty much a three-way horse race between Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver in the extremely competitive Rocky Mountain division. So we're just a half game back. Edmonton actually has surged forward. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. That's awesome. So yeah, that's kind of what we would expect out of the Rocky Mountain division. The Prairie Division, Moose Jaw, I believe they were the worst team in the league last year. They are surging, and not only surging, I believe they're the best. Yeah, they're the best team in the league right now at 37-15. So that's a bit surprising for sure. Yellowknife 2 games behind. Over in the Metropolitan, bit of a weaker division. Quebec holding on to a slim lead over Windsor, but those are the only two teams above 500. And the Atlantic, very similar to the Rocky Mountain Division, three-way dogfight here between Cape Breton, the champions from last year, Charlottetown, and Moncton as well. So yeah, three very good teams there. So let's focus on the Mounties, and as you can see, we're pretty good offensively, although the batting average is not great. We're actually only 18th out of 24 teams in average, but we're scoring runs and we're hitting homers, which is good. And on the flip side, our pitching is top 10 in the league, which is something that is very nice to see. And also very nice to see a defensive efficiency, which we've struggled with over the past few years. We are also currently in the top 10 in that category as well. So, like I said, not too much happened. Our roster is pretty much the same from opening day. Only minor change right now is Bruno Hemry is on the injured list. It's a pretty short-term injury. I think it was like a 2-week. So he'll be back in a few days. But yeah, let's start by looking at the pitching staff to start. And Ivan Casanova, who we signed in the offseason, we need him to be our absolute number one workhorse ace, and he is living up to expectation currently. 7-3 record, 3.60 ERA, whip of 1.19. So we're very happy how Ivan is doing right now. He is fitting in quite nicely with the new club. Jack Patterson continues to be a force. Last year's pitcher of the year, or Cy Young, or whatever. What did we call it? Yeah, pitcher of the year. It is continuing to roll. ERA of under 2.5 right now. He's actually performing better than Casanova is. So he's looking for a repeat for pitcher of the year. So far he's off to a good start. Willie Sanchez also off to a very good start. 6-3 with a 3.27 ERA, whip with just 1.14. Pretty happy there with Willie. Cassiashi is struggling a bit this year. ERA ballooning, 2-6 record. So not a big fan of how Cassiashi is playing. And we've got a little stopgap here with Josh Gavagan, a guy we actually signed just as a free agent, 34-year-old veteran. He was lighting it up in AAA, so we figured we'd give him the ball, and, well, it looks like he got rocked in his first start, but he'll probably head back down to AAA once Hemry is back to normal. The bullpen looking pretty solid right now. I have the AI set to be pretty much running all the day-to-day movement and operation right now. Just it's a little bit easier that way with a YouTube series. But couple interesting spots. Trevor Pinkson, he was our big off-season signing. Sparkling 1.47 ERA. He's pitched 18 innings, so 17 appearances already. Lions already has 18 saves on the year. That puts him on pace for quite a few, I believe. 53 saves. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, but otherwise, Cadno's not doing much. His ERA is awful, but yeah, otherwise, pretty happy with the bullpen. As we head over to the lineups, and offensively, things are essentially being run by two gentlemen. One being Fred Mills, who we expect. The 31-year-old is having another spectacular season. He's getting on base almost half of his at-bats. Yeah, he's also got 15 home runs, 30 RBI on the season already. And our second guy is Pete Halfyard, who we were a little worried about with this 2-year hiatus because he was stuck on the free agency list for 2 years because no team could afford him. But now that we've kind of given the entire league an influx of cash, that shouldn't be an issue anymore. So Pete is back. We signed him to a quick little 2-year deal just to see how things go, and I'm kind of regretting not signing him for longer, as he is absolutely on fire. 17 home runs, 43 RBI, right up there with Mills. So nice little 1-2 punch with Mills and Halfyard there in the infield. Mike Cross also playing pretty good. He's hitting 288, 6 home runs, 34 RBI. Then things start to drop off a little bit. I would say definitely some underperformance here, just looking based on OPS plus. Numbers are definitely down for Pottle, Reeder for sure, Munoz, Velasquez. I mean, we don't really know what to expect with him, but not much. And then way down here, Laviolette, kind of what we would expect. But George Bulger, this is disappointing considering we just signed him to a big deal. We're 50 games in already. I mean, that's a decent amount, but I am not seeing much for Bulger, so I'm hoping this is maybe just a bit of an off time. I'm hoping he picks it up, but yeah, definitely a bit of a struggle for Bulger. And now that we will be able to make some kind of moves mid-season, I am starting to think about really where we need to upgrade. Second base is probably my number one positional upgrade. I mean, Manny is just like a high-level bench guy, but he's been holding down the fort for 3 years for us at second base. I would love to have a better second baseman, um, particularly one that could potentially hit. So something that we're going to keep an eye out. Potentially a better DH, although we could, well, I don't know, maybe not, but we do have to take into account for Fred Mills, who's going to be running, his contract runs out next year. Actually, he's got an opt out this year, so we might be seeing the end of Fred Mills unless we can pony up a big amount of money. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that as well. Yeah, we're really kind of focused on a bit of a win now mentality because the window for this group of players is definitely starting to close. And we're definitely going to be having to start to restructure this team. So something to definitely think about. And like I was saying, waiting in the wings. I mean, we've got Charles Auger, which is he could be a potential DH. He thinks he should be playing in the majors. I would have to agree. He's right on the cusp. He's just there's no spot for him really right now. We could throw him in a bench role. Well, actually, could we throw him in a bench role? I mean, we could move Sloan Treats down. We're in no real rush to move OJ up. I mean, he's 23. Yeah, he's kind of ready, and his numbers are kind of showing me maybe it's time. to at least get him in a bench role. To do what to do, what to do. I think it might be time. I think it might be time. I'm not impressed here, but OJ could. Yeah, that's the thing that's a bit of a bummer is just his defensive rating. What am I gonna do? Put him on the bench? He won't be a defensive sub at all. I mean, he could play occasional first base. That's Mill's spot. He's an everyday player. I don't want him in left field, so really the only other option would be him kind of splitting DH with Reader. And right now that might not be a bad idea because Reader kind of sucks right now. So, okay, I've talked myself into it here. We're gonna actually pull him off of my top prospect shortlist because you are no longer a prospect. So we're gonna send Sloan down. AAA. And Charles Auger, welcome to the big leagues. This is the first guy. We're actually putting him in a DH role against. Okay, so we're gonna platoon him. I'm good with this actually. He's much better righty hitter. And Reader is okay. No, I'm good with this. This will give him some time. Yeah, but like DH is kind of the position for him. Yeah, that's fine. That'll give him some time. We don't really have any pinch runners. I'm noticing. I guess Auger's got a little bit of speed. Peta eats, and we don't really have much speed on the bench, do we? Oof, like no speed on the bench. That's fine. Whatever. Whatever. All right. Anyway, speaking of the draft, it is now time to jump in and do our player draft. Like I said, Auger is the first guy that made it from who we've drafted, made it into the big leagues. So the fact that we're into year 4 and that's the case, that's not great. So, I mean, we have a few guys like, that's the thing. We drafted them out of high school, and I'm starting to see that that's not a great idea. I mean, I get intoxicated with this potential number, but it never seems to pan out at all. I did notice in a couple player development reports, I know this guy wasn't a draft pick, but someone like Thomas Noel, who we were really courting in the international free agents, just he took an absolute dive in terms of his potential, 70 to 50. We had a couple other guys did that too. Matos, I think he was like an 80 at one point, was he not? 70. Actually, he was up to like a 75, and then he just tanked. So anyway, not too worried there, but anyway, we need to be scouting young talent a little bit better. So let's jump into the player draft here. We are going to be drafting 22nd overall, as we played obviously very, very well last year. It was an interesting draft lottery. Halifax moved up, and they have the top spot. The big loser was the Moose Jaw Canucks, although they do get a compensation pick. So they'll be picking 3rd. Not sure how they got that. But their original pick shifted all the way down to 8th. So the draft lottery was a bit of an unfortunate event for the Moose Jaw Canucks. So we'll take a look, just a quick look at the draft pool just to see. I mean, it looks just at first glance fairly similar to the last couple of years. We're hoping there might be a juicy guy left, maybe around 70, 65, that might be a college player that we can draft. We'll see. All right, so let's start the draft. I want to see who gets picked first. And the first pick is Jeff Lucky Ashton, high schooler guy. But I mean, that's hard to turn down. He looks like he could be absolutely dominant. So, all right, good to know. Okay, we'll auto draft till our pick, and we do still have a few guys that are very high up. But we kind of were saying, maybe we avoid drafting the high schoolers, and maybe we focus on someone like James Bowden instead, who's already in his third year of college. He's 21. He's a 30 overall, but I don't like this. He's good in college, but I don't know if that's the play. We could look into Matt Furlong, 6'4" catcher at 18, who can absolutely murder the ball. I mean, those numbers are tough to judge in Canadian high school baseball, but projected to be an elite starting catcher. I mean, well, his defensive numbers aren't great. There's also this guy, Jason Holmes. Get a little bit of a defensive upside. Also be pretty good. Just saying, it would have been nice to get a college guy, but there's a couple juicy guys that are tough to pass up here. I think we're going to go with Matt Furlong. I just want to see what the scouting director says. He agrees. So we'll draft him. And go to the next set of picks. And there are more catchers kind of on the board. Oh, all players. We don't have a pitcher there. Well, a pitcher just popped up. Elijah Freeman, another high schooler. I don't really like his personality numbers there. An Englishman. Interesting. Not really a lot of college guys left, are there? Sort by age. No one really to get excited about, unfortunately. It'd be good to get a potential solid pitching prospect in Elijah Freeman. Although I don't like that, but Lewis Utting might be kind of the same. What does the scouting director say? They're saying draft another catcher, which is kind of silly. We're not going to do that. We're going to draft Elijah Freeman with our second pick. All right, so far I've kind of said I want college players, and I have not done that at all, as there don't seem to be many left, like at all. Okay. Could look at someone like a Jay Wells. We already looked at him. Could be a decent DH. Really drops off after this, I've noticed. In the draft, there's not too much to get excited about here. Even Coburn, they're saying. He's not even... Where even are you? Oh, here. Yeah, okay. I'll listen to him there. Okay. Okay, Wells still on the board. A lot of 18-year-olds. A lot of 18-year-olds. Joe Willerton. Pretty good. Boucher. Big Boucher here. 6'7" already, that guy. Little beast. No one of college age here that's got any decent potential. Huh. Henry Caron. Nope. Errol O'Clair. He's got an interesting profile here. Good contact hitter with a little speed. I kind of like that. Pull him out. A bit of an off the board selection there. I'll go with Hajun Jung as well. Okay. And now we're really starting to get to the crapshoots here. Kind of taking best potential available here. Henry Caron, sure. Todd DeHard. Might draft him just for that name. All right. Well, you know what? I think it might actually be decent to get. Oh, he's got a terrible changeup, a reliever, but. All right, I'm going to give it the rest to the scouting director. That's not a very exciting draft, to be quite honest. Not overly excited about any of those picks. We will negotiate here. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I knew there was something I forgot. With everything upping, my draft budget's way too low. Shoot. I might not be able to get any of these guys. Crap. Crap. What happened here? Where's my draft budget? 288 compared to, oh no, everyone else up theirs and I did not. Ah, crap. So many moving parts with the financials and stuff. I was bound to forget something. So this draft is pretty much porked for us, as we won't be able to negotiate with any of these guys. Oh, wait. No, we can. Maybe we can. I don't think any of these will work. Right? Because it'll just say, like, you don't have enough money. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if this will actually work. I'm just giving them all what they want here. All right, so we need to now know for next year. I knew I overlooked something. Who knows if we'll get any of these. Okay, crap. Can we change that budget right now? I don't think we can. I think we can. We got to change that in the off season. Season or preseason. Crap. All right. Alrighty. Okay, so let's move it ahead a little bit here. We are a game and a half. Oh yeah, we must okay, we lost to Manitoba. That's fine. But we'll sim this ahead pretty quick just to get to the end of July. Let's just bring up the team schedule here. And we've got a little interleague play here. Oshawa and Quebec on the road here. Okay, we got Hamry back, which is good. So that means Gavigan will, yeah, he'll definitely go back to Langley. Emery comes back in. Pitching staff. All right. Okay. What is happening here with the draftees? Okay, I mean, it looks like they're. I guess that just comes out of our budget then. It looks like we signed them. I'm assuming they're all... Yeah, we got them. Okay, so that's good then. Prospect. 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 They're all going to head into single A ball. And we are also thinking about expanding the league and getting a rookie ball league as well. Because I feel like 3 is not enough. I feel like we need a rookie ball team too. All right. We got 49 players on our single A team. That's a lot of players. That's a lot of players, but again, I'll just deal with I'll have the AI do the cuts on that. Okay, we are moving ahead here as we get the Yukon, and then we're on the road in Victoria and Medicine Hat this week. See how we do. All right, here we go. So we're kind of up and down. So let's see how we do against Victoria. Oh, nice little run there. Wow, I've never seen this before. Look at our series against Medicine Hat. 10-0, 10-0, 1-0, 3-0. In 4 games, we didn't give up a single run. That's incredible. Who was pitching? Patterson. Sanchez. Hamry. And Casanova. Wow. That is something else. 4 straight shutouts. That's got to be some sort of record. Unfortunately, we're still 4 games back. It's clear. Look at the 3-horse race we've got here now. Like Yukon, Victoria, Medicine Hat. You guys can pack your bags already, and it's only the end of June. Needs to be a little more parity in the league. Look at we're all on just massive hot streaks here. 2-horse race here. 2-horse race here. Atlantic's kind of interesting. But yeah, okay. Okay. I'm not seeing a lot of trades. I'm just trying to see if there's been any trades going on. Not that little minor league deals, but no, mostly just signings and stuff. So I think teams are just kind of waiting, which is good. I don't want this to be like a trade crazy league. But we'll start thinking about it as we hit July. Okay, so come big games here. We get Edmonton and then we get Moose Jaw. Those are both good teams. We'll see how this shakes out. There are lots of runs being scored. My goodness. We have a pretty good week. Edmonton beats us 2 out of 3, but we take 3 of 4 from Moose Jaw. That's pretty good. And we are now only 2.5 back of Calgary. We are currently slotted into the last wild card spot, kind of where we were last year. Let's just move ahead here to get our player development updates. This is a lot of negatives, unfortunately. So Robert moves up, Burho drops, Reader's dropping. Probably just because he's not getting as much time now, but OJ is improving. And you know what? Not kind of what I would expect out of the gate from a 23-year-old. Pablo with the improvements. Okay. All right, so we're at about the midpoint of the season here. And hey, our minor league system isn't absolutely terrible like it usually is. That's good. That's pretty good. Trying to see how some of these new guys, like this guy, Pilkington, I can't figure this dude out. He's just been 3 years, he just keeps jumping back and forth between. He's just not developing at all. He's got that potential, but he's just not developing. He's getting lit up no matter what league you put him in. He's actually okay in single A right now, but yeah, he's still a long ways away. And I drafted him 2 years ago as my #1 pick. That's not good. That is not good. I mean, next guy up. I mean, I don't even know. We got a few like fringe players, but we don't have a lot sitting in the cupboards. I'm gonna pull a few guys here. Josiah James, he had some real potential early, but he's fallen off. Looks like he was in Langley, got roughed up. He's kind of right between double and triple right now. Okay. All right. So July 1st, where are we? We're at 48 and 31 on the season currently. I mean, I like where we are. Our defense is faltering a bit. Our batting average still isn't great. Mills and Halfyard continue to lead the way. Mike Cross, and then, like the bulk of my guys are just sitting in OPS under 100. All these guys are hitting like under 250. That's not good. Yeah, batting average way down. Way down. Luckily, we're getting guys across the plate with home runs, so that is that's helping. But we don't have a lot of guys that are hitting for contact. Pitching is the strongest I've seen it. That is a heck of a good rotation, other than Cassiashi, but those are 4 very solid pitchers that are dominating for us. And our bullpen's pretty darn good too. So no concerns on pitching side of things, but there are some concerns on the offensive side of the ball. So much so that I am considering putting the massive contract of George Bulger just to see if anyone bites. See if we can unload a big contract. And this guy has caught my eye. Jordan Gonzalez. Now, he is a step down for sure, but it gets Bulger off the books. But am I giving up on Bulger too early? I mean, I signed him to a pretty big fucking deal. He's not performing at all. So I am actually very much considering 40-year-old second baseman. And he's got 3 years left on his contract, too. A lot of offers here. But the one that looks the best to me is what Thunder Bay is offering. Jordan Gonzalez. Center fielder for center fielder. You know, he's a little bit of a step down defensively, center fielder wise. He's a George Bulger light for sure. He does have that nice speed. He can slot into. If we compare him to Bulger, he's got a little bit more pop. Okay. But he's definitely, like that 80 arm for Bulger was just, I was in love with it during the playoffs because you got to see it. I'm just wondering where Bulger is right now on the defensive side of the ball because we've kind of just been focusing on the offensive side of things. That's not great, is it? No, not very good at all. Yeah, compared to last year, I mean, not even close. I think it's time to move Bulger. And I think we might be suckering Thunder Bay into this. They like it. It improves our cash situation. Bulger's that we just send a giant contract over. I might just do this as a 1-for-1. And do they have any interesting prospects? Dylan Fowler. They're not going to give him up. No chance. All right, I'll just do a 1-for-1 here. Wow. We're going to do this, huh? We're going to say goodbye to George Bulger. Are we going to do this? I think we are. Bye. Yeah, fans aren't happy. That's a big move. That's a big move for us, but Bulger was not playing well. So Gonzalez moves right in and just takes his spot. They're gonna move Auger to the okay. And Gonzalez will be in batting left. Or batting fifth, not batting left. Okay, and then he's gonna yeah, that makes sense. He'll hit lead off against lefties. Is he that? Is he a good lefty versus lefty? No, he's okay, I guess. Seeing how often they're playing him. Okay. All right. Well, there was a deal done, and that's one big old contract off the books. Yeah. Really, the only big one we have is Casanova, so that's not bad. Well, that gives us some breathing room here for Mills, which we have to sign him because he's gonna opt out. He's got that player option at the end of the year. We absolutely need Fred Mills in our life. It just really depends what his extension wants to be. Like he wants to go till he's 40. And that is not going to happen. I mean, he's showing no signs of letting up at all. He seems to be kind of in the prime right now. Can't do 8 years. I can do 6. Or I can do 8 and do like a team option when he's like 38. That might be a second option. I'm gonna slough off $1 million here. I don't know if he'll take this. He will. We're gonna do that because we want Fred Mills in our life. We want Fred Mills in our life. All right, we'll move forward a little bit again. Probably move up to the All-Star break. All right, mid-season review goals. Team record, he's happy. No improvement at shortstop, yes. They want to sign Doug Reeder to an extension. He's going to arbitration. Oh, God. Not the way you're playing, man. Well, he's picking up his socks a bit. But that's a lot. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Acquire a player. Yes, okay. All right. And interest is good. Okay. Where are we in minor league systems? 3rd. Who's this? Randolph Klein. Oh, he was an international guy. Okay. Yeah, he's a lottery ticket. Who knows? Pilkington. Yeah, still waiting. Like all these guys are just young guys that aren't quite ready. Oh, Jack's moving up. Jack's now up to a 40. He probably will be our backup catcher next year. Oh, wow. He may be our backup catcher before the end of this year, to be quite honest. I love this about him. Okay, that's actually good to see. That's actually good to see. I didn't realize Jack was performing that well. All right. Yeah, Cape Breton has just got... Not only did they win the title last year, they are like stocked for the future. They've got so many good guys. They have 4 guys in the top 20 prospects. Wow. Yeah, see, we're doing better than like Edmonton. Edmonton's got nobody waiting in the wings. So, I mean, I feel like we're not great going forward, but we're third actually in top systems. But who knows how much we can say into that, or how much we can... What am I trying to say? You know what I mean. How much we can read into that, I guess. Okay, 51 and 33. Unfortunately, only good enough right now for third in the division. We're 3.5 games up on Moose Jaw for the final wild card spot. Be looking like another potential... Well, we're gonna have to go through both Edmonton and Calgary like we did last year. But hey, season's only half over right now. Let's just move her forward again. We do have some big names on the trade block here. This is where we may look, as we were talking about a second baseman. Like Marvin Toms would be a solid guy in second base. I'm looking at infielders right now. Definitely best available. McPherson's up there. How's he doing in Edmonton? Terrible. Good. Our shortstop's due too, isn't he? I think he is. What's his name? What's our shortstop's name? There he is. Yeah, he's done it. He's gone too. And I don't know if is the guy we want to extend. Oh, 3 years at $3 million, we might. That's budget. But I would like a slightly better shortstop. Diego's not much of a... Marvin Toms is, though. He would be a really nice addition. We'll see what Ottawa wants. They want a lot. That's not going to happen. Is there anything like I could look at giving a Doug Reeder? Doug Reeder's just so young. That would be tough for me to... Not gonna do that. That's a very steep... a very steep price tag. I don't know. Could we give him like a starting? Would I be willing to part ways with Mr. Pottle? Struggling. Curious. Vastly overpaid veterans. Yeah, they won't take that. Wouldn't consider Pottle a vastly overpaid veteran, but kind of is. He's not even a veteran. He's only 25. Kind of a funny one. Don't know if we can get this Marvin Toms deal ironed out here. Sanchez, no, the pitching is just an automatic no. And Like, those are the 5 best guys on my team. Like, could I put a package together for Tom's? I don't think I can. I mean, Podle I'd be willing to part ways with for sure. I wonder if I could get something. For Podle right now. I'm going to have a feeling I'm not. No one wants. What if I retain like 40% of his salary? He's like on the last year. No, not happening. Okay, so that is not happening either. What are we gonna do? Tom's is interesting, but I'm not willing to sell the lot for a rental. I don't think there's a move there. Not right now. Okay. Wow. Fred Mills has signed, and he is locked in. That was a relatively easy negotiation. I mean, it's a big move. We're paying him till he's 38. He's going to be making a lot of money. But he's getting a massive raise. But hey, he's locked in. I'm just actually thinking here. Uh-oh. I wonder why this might have been so easy. I might be an idiot here. Because he might just opt out of this contract. And would this be void? I actually don't know. Mystery. I don't know. Anyway. That is a mystery. Okay. All right, we'll bring it up to the All-Star team. Fellas has a hand contusion. That's pretty minor. Okay, All-Star teams are here. One game against Calgary. Looks like we crushed him in the last game. And then we lose 2-0. 2 out of 3. All right, so that puts us at the All-Star break. Let's see if we got any All-Stars. We definitely do. Ivan Casanova, another All-Star. We love it. 9-6. Yeah, he's playing very well. Was that the only pitcher? Did Patterson not get snubbed for the All-Star team again? You've got to be kidding me. He did? 10-4. This guy just getting snubbed again. He didn't make the All-Star team last year and won the Cy Young. And he didn't make it again this year. Well, I mean, maybe I can see it, but okay, anyway. So we have one All-Star. Oh, there's my nemesis, Ludovic, from the first year. Fred Mills, obviously. 4th straight appearance. Pete Halfyard gets in. There we go. And that is it. Okay. All right, so I think we're going to end the episode there as we get ready to gear up for the trade deadline, as there's still maybe some moves I might want to make, but we might just keep the team as is. It's going to be tough to catch Calgary. And we're just going to try to hang on. This looks very similar to last year. As we try to hold on to that second wild card spot. So we'll see what happens. But for now, we'll sign off, and we'll see you guys next time.